Good morning. Right now it's 10:05 on a Monday. Today's Monday, and I got Kelly Williams with me. What's up, Kelly?
What's up, Gardy?
How are
I'm
you
so
doing?
excited to be here. Good. How are you?
I'm pretty good. It was your birthday.
It was. It's my birthday. It's my birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thanks.
What'd you do to celebrate?
Oh, my goodness. My family all came out, and we're big family people.
Yeah.
So it's like we celebrate everything, And they all came out from all over Houston area, and my husband, we cooked hot dogs, had Frito pies, kind of the fall fun food, and cake,
awesome.
Lots of cake, of course, and sat by the fire outside and just had a really good time.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's awesome. Frito pie is maybe my favorite food ever.
yeah, it
Chili
needs to be
cheese.
its own food group kind of thing because they're so popular.
Yes. Frito pie, like if you put chili and cheese on anything, whenever I got married, my wife discovered that if you throw chili and cheese on it, I'll eat it. She started calling it Garcia Delight. She was like,
no, that's
just
hilarious.
what you do, your family. Yeah. It
Oh
is.
yeah, that's hilarious. It is so good. There's nothing like it. And when the weather starts turning cold,
Mm-hmm.
and you can it's like my sister drove in and she said, I couldn't wait to have a hot dog today. She goes, it's that time of year. Like it's football season, hot dogs. I said, I know it is kind of funny like that.
Yeah. All right, we're going to go ahead and switch and get on the FM. If you're watching on Facebook, feel free to share this out. We're going to be talking about a lot of fun things that are going on and coming up in the community. So here we go. Good morning. This is KHEA Radio, 99.5 FM. That song is Bethel, Glory to Glory. Good morning. It's Monday. I'm Gardy, hanging out with Kelly. What's up, Kelly?
What's up? Hey, everybody. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. You know, Kelly, you have a program with Angie that's on Mondays. How can somebody find that? How can somebody listen to it? What time?
Yeah, we are on every Monday, 3 to 4, right here on KHEA Radio. And we have our own Facebook page. People can watch live, Riding the Wave with Angie and Kelly. Or you can listen, of course, on KHEA Radio 99.5 FM at 3 o'clock every Monday. So it's a lot of fun. We have some really fun guests, and we always look forward to the show.
Yeah, what did y'all have going on last Monday?
Oh, God, we were all dressed in Astros outfits. I'm trying to think of who we had on last Monday.
I think it was the military. I believe there was a
Oh, my
gentleman.
gosh, yes. It was Jacob Bigger from the Boardwalk, KHEA Boardwalk. And just this past weekend, we actually had the really big event called Salute to Military that has been happening for the past 10 years. And it is this wonderful family event where they bring it. The KHEA Boardwalk in the city of KHEA actually pays to host 50 military families of wounded warriors. And they bring them in and they spend the night. They go to the boardwalk for free, do all the rides, they eat. And it's just this wonderful event. They have paratroopers. They had museums this year, like on location, World War I, the Tuskegee Air Force Museum. I mean, all kind of things that you'd have to travel all over the country to see, and it all came to the KHEA Boardwalk.
That's cool.
It's very good. And it's all free.
KHEA's awesome.
KHEA is awesome. I do love KHEA a lot.
You're
They do
pretty
a lot of
plugged
things.
in. Like you and KHEA are one and the same.
Yeah. My nickname's Kelly KHEA or KHEA Kelly. I mean,
It works.
It's kind of felt like it does just work. It's I've lived there for 20 years. I've been real involved with the community since I moved there, and I love everything they do. It's just the city of KHEA and the KHEA Boardwalk have been a blessing to so many people in our community and outside. Really, it's awesome.
Yeah. There's a lot going on in the community, including one of our good friends, Chef Mary Bass.
Yeah.
Last night she was on TV, and here's the thing: I haven't had a chance to watch it because I was doing some stuff at church.
Yeah. Oh.
And I need to watch it, and I'm hoping it's on demand. You know, Food Network does really good at cataloging that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Did you watch it?
I did. Well, I was literally closing out my phone last night, and Pierre's post popped up, said, I'm supporting my friend Chef Mary Bass on the Food Network. And I went, okay, oh my gosh, I saw that the Thanksgiving thing was coming on. And so I hurried. I said, what channel? I hurried and found it and caught it right when they had started cooking. They were in the middle of the cooking, and then they were judging them. And hers looked awesome, of course. But I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you what happened because you're going to find it. But Mary did so good.
Okay.
So I'm excited for you to watch it. And it was she's just, precious and so creative and talented. But they had to use turkey and recipes that was like canned turkey or something, or
yeah,
quick
yeah,
turkey, some kind of thing they had to come up with.
So that's the idea. That's the format of the show. Like, hey, it's canned, pre-prepared stuff.
Yes. Yeah, so, well, sometimes they'll just say, these are the ingredients we gave you. This is the one meat, or this is the main product. And you have to design a whole meal around this. Mm-hmm. So they don't have time to plan. I don't know how the show works. I don't think they have time to plan. I think they have to come with preconceived ideas of what they're going to make. And of course, if it was a Thanksgiving show, I think they figured they probably were going to do something with turkey.
Right.
So they had to have some ideas in mind. But yeah, it's kind of like you have like 3 minutes.
And make it happen.
Yeah, make it happen. It feels like it's 3 minutes really, but of course it's like 45 minutes or something.
Yeah, October 31st, Halloween, and then I saw a bunch of memes. A lot of people started getting excited about Christmas. We can't forget about Thanksgiving. Are you a big Thanksgiving fan, like food, family?
Yeah, I have to tell you, Gardy, because I have now become famous in my family for making the turkey every year. And so that is what I do. And so, but I got the recipe like 7 years ago from Martha Stewart, recipe of turkey. And it is one of the best turkeys I've ever eaten.
Is it baked?
Yes,
Oven?
It is baked. So I have to wake up at like 5 that day and I start cleaning it, which is gross. I'm not a turkey cleaner person. It's really disgusting for me, but I've gotten past the gag point where I can dig out the bag of goodies out of the turkey and then kind of go from there. But it is a process, and you have to baste it every like 45 minutes or something, so you have to stay on top of it. But it's so good.
I like fried turkey.
I love fried turkey.
It's so soft.
Is that what y'all do?
Well, not in a while.
Yeah.
I don't think, I had turducken for the first time, and I talked about this last year. I remember being a kid and watching Emeril, Chef Emeril, bam!
Oh, loved him.
Food Network is as well, now we got Chef Mary. She needs a catchphrase. Maybe she has one already, but I need to learn it. But I remember watching him make a turducken, and it blew my mind. Like, as a 10-year-old kid, I was like, a what? A turkey, a duck, and a chicken? And you just make magic happen, and I'm going to eat that. So I finally had it, like, last year. But I am a fan of food. I am a fan of Thanksgiving. And usually whenever I eat, I'm not a fan of sides. But Thanksgiving's different because it's all about the sides.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
It is. Yeah. And what's so funny is that what I love about Thanksgiving is that everybody kind of brings what they're good at. Mm-hmm. And I'm usually just good at bringing the rolls. I have to be real honest. My husband's the chef in the family. Okay. I do not cook really at all. I'd have to go by recipes. I can do it, but I'm not great at it. I can't just pop out something out of whatever we have in the pantry and fridge. I'm not like that. It has to be planned. And so but turkey I can do, but everybody brings all this wonderful things that they're really good at cooking and making, and we all get to enjoy it.
Yeah.
And then we take leftovers and fix plates to our little shell people who will have to work on Thanksgiving, and we'll take some to the police station, and it's a whole family fun thing.
Yeah, my brother-in-law, he makes the pies, like desserts.
Oh my gosh,
good at cookies and pecan pie, pumpkin pie.
Wow.
All kinds of delicious
and pies are hard to make.
Yeah.
Has he always made pies?
He likes to cook. He likes to experiment, but he's good at it. He makes these salted chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Especially for holidays, but sometimes he'll just randomly make them, and thank goodness. They're delicious.
Yeah, exactly. Ooh,
I
yummy.
just show up. That's my job. Just show up. I don't have anything that I'm like, this is what Gardy's bringing. No, he's bringing himself.
Exactly.
And I'm going to make sure that I eat most of the food. That's my job.
Hey, look, some of the people that has to be their job. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe if they want to know if their food is good, I'll tell them. But I'm not a picky eater.
You're the official food tester.
I'm not picky. Are you a picky eater?
That's a good question. I kind of am, but I'm really not. But but if something doesn't look good to me or smell good to me, I can't eat it. I won't even taste it. Of course, if it's a family or a friend who makes it, here, I made this special for you.
It's delicious.
Oh, yummy. And then grab the napkin and spit it out the side of my... I'm just kidding. I don't know. I probably have done that at some point.
Yeah.
And I have to admit it. But I don't know what it is with me. I can't... I could never do the food show where they travel and these people, native people to the culture, look, we're eating snail face feet, algae, yummy, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's delicious. Barbecue it. Yeah, no, I couldn't do that. They go, Kelly, your show's cut. No more. You had one trip.
Oh man,
Yeah.
I would do it. See, I'm open to trying new things, and I think that started whenever I was a kid because my parents, growing up Hispanic, there was always like chiles and things that are pretty hot, and I wanted to, I guess, fit in with my parents and family. Like, I want to be tough too, So I would try things that they told me you're not gonna like this. I'm like, oh yeah, watch me. I'm gonna try the weirdest, intestines that are fried and put in a taco, and I'm gonna enjoy it. This is good. What now? Like tamale drop.
Oh wow, yeah, that's tamale drop. That's hilarious. Yeah, I mean, some people are like that. I've never been like that. And do you realize what's really funny is we were talking about my husband makes really good guacamole, and I usually call it guacoli because our daughter when she was 2 or 1 would call it guacoli, and so when he makes it, I put it on everything. I can literally put it on everything, fresh avocados or guacamole, everything. But when I didn't even taste guacamole, I think this is a sin. I'm not sure. Until I was like 18 or 19. Because it was green.
Yeah.
And then it looked disgusting.
The texture is interesting.
The texture is interesting. And you have to kind of be accustomed to it. You have to get a taste. I tasted it only because I was a lifeguard when I first moved to Houston, and one of the lifeguards' parents threw us an end of the year party, and they made this huge homemade Mexican buffet kind of thing, and guacamole was on it. And I said, I don't eat that. And they go, oh no, you're tasting it. So I tasted it, and I've been addicted ever since. I thought, why have I never eaten this?
Yeah,
This is crazy.
I've had stuff like that happen, and it's like, was my life a lie? Like before this, like why did I wait till now? What was I thinking?
Exactly. I could have been putting this on everything. Mm-hmm. So what is your favorite Thanksgiving food, though, of all time?
I'm a big fan of stuffing, and I didn't understand. There was a while where I didn't like stuffing because I helped my mom make it, and I realized all the stuff that went in it. I was like, I don't like these things, but I did, and then put all together. But this is whenever I was still like, I was maybe in junior high school, and then I didn't eat it for some years, and I'm like, no, I saw what went in it, but now I enjoy it. Stuffing's awesome. Yeah. It's great.
Well, but stuffing, though, what is it? Is it like it's not the dressing, or is it the dressing? Is the
Same
dressing
thing.
and stuffing the same thing?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So
I think it just depends, like how you grew up and who you heard.
Yeah.
Grandma say this or that, and
do they actually stuff yours in the turkey? Do
no.
people still do that?
I don't know.
I don't either.
No,
I just remember seeing pictures years ago, like people would cut the turkey and it would have the stuffing with it. Mm-hmm. And I'd go, do you really stuff the turkey with this? Because how does it cook?
Oh, here's the other
thing. That's gross.
Do y'all have like the table set where all the food is on it and then it's just like
no, of course not.
Like a movie
Who
or TV.
Who does that? I've always wanted to, but I don't think I have a big enough table to do all that and then sit down and eat.
Yeah, the turkey's there, and everybody prays, and then it's just like, can you pass this? Can you pass that? No.
Yeah, it's like, okay, where's this? Get in the line, everybody here. Come on, we're cutting. Paul's cutting the turkey here. Get your plate. There you go. The table always looks nice. The tables, of course, because I've got a big family. And so they all are decorated and fun, but no, absolutely not. Mm-hmm. No.
Wow. All of this started because of Chef Mary Bass on her Thanksgiving television journey feast. She's awesome.
She is awesome.
If you aren't following her, you can just search Chef Mary Bass on Facebook, and she'll pop up, and you'll be able to see that she was on the Food Network. I have not had the chance to watch it yet. If you've watched it, maybe you can sound off in the comments. Right now, it's 10:19. This is KHEA.com, 99.5 FM, hanging out with Kelly Williams. Kelly, anytime I say your name, I want to say singer because you have a Facebook page. It's like Kelly Williams Singer. You sing. How long have you been doing music?
Oh, my gosh, since I was about 6 years old. Mm-hmm. Grew up in a music family. My daddy plays the piano, the accordion, amazing. My brother plays the spoons, the accordion, the piano, the guitar.
When you say the spoons, like the spoons?
Literally the spoons. It's pretty awesome. And then, of course, me and my sisters have been singing together for years. But, right out of college, I got offered to go to Nashville and record and go on tour. Well, when you're 22 years old, we didn't have cell phones then. There was if you left to go, if I would have gone and left to go to Nashville and then stay there and, then you have to figure out where you're going to work and how you're going to survive, really live, and then go on a bus tour for a year. You don't
the communication with home and,
the communication.
and everybody.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
just wasn't ready for that. And I don't think my dream was to ever like be famous. I just wanted to sing, and be happy and do what I like to do. So I chose not to. And, what's so funny is that a while back, I still found the cassette tape. Half of you out there do not know what a cassette tape is, that had all the music, the original songs that I was going to record when I got to Nashville. And I went, oh my gosh, it's just funny, just a fun memory. But yeah, and so kind of sang off and on with some bands in Houston, got married, moved to the Clear Lake KHEA area, and kind of only sang a little bit for charities and national anthem stuff. And while I had my kids little, because you're a musician, it's not an easy thing. I mean, if you go sing with a band or somebody, you're at all these late hours, or you never know, and you're depending on other people, other musicians. It's not easy. And so I chose to kind of get out of that. And then I just thought, I miss singing. And my son said, Mom, why aren't you singing? Why aren't you need to go sing. You're doing like everything but singing, which is what you love to do. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna. So, I thought, how do I do that quick enough for me without having to find a band to put together or do a lot of this stuff, which takes sometimes years, So I literally, got started getting some of that pre-recorded music that I bought, which used to be so expensive to have to get because it was these huge,
licensing the track
licensing
and to be able to perform
the
it live and
tracks.
everything. Yeah.
It was thousands of dollars
Right.
I had to invest in like building up my a repertoire, and then equipment and all these other things. So it's not just an easy thing to do when you're not singing with a band, And so what I would do was I would just once I moved out to the Clear Lake area, I would just go to places and say, hey, if you'll let me sing for tips, I want to sing. You have a really great patio, and I have a lot of friends who would come to hear me. And they'd go, oh, absolutely. And so I would just go sing 3 hours for tips and get my name out there and start just to go sing. And then they'd say, okay, how do we hire you? So, I've told, younger musicians or singers or performers, they go, how do you start doing this? I go, you do whatever you need to do for free, because you can't just walk up to somebody and go, I need this amount of money. Will you pay me to sing? Or, we don't know, how good you are. We don't know. And even if they listen to you online or something like that, they want to know your personality.
Right.
They kind of want to know what kind of feel you bring to their place a little bit, So it's been awesome, huge blessing. I've met some incredible people, and I've been extremely, extremely blessed to do what I love to do, and make a living at it, so it's awesome.
I saw it was announced you're going to be singing at the San Leon Oyster Festival. I had the opportunity to go last time. It was awesome.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So Gardy, I didn't get to go last year. So tell me a little bit about like how it is. What's there?
Yeah.
Because it's supposed to be very cool.
Yeah. Mickey Gilly was there. I had the
That's
opportunity.
awesome.
I got to go on his tour bus and talk to him for a little bit and shoot some video. That was cool. And then they had a cook-off portion.
Oh, yummy.
Yeah. So Los Primos was there. Our friends at Gil Hooley's, you were there, and there were like RuPaul was there. There were people in restaurants and some just random teams that came together that were preparing oysters to be judged. So they had the cook-off. That was awesome. There was a ton of vendors. My son almost lost it whenever he couldn't get the stuffed animal that he wanted from the. It was a great time. It was nice and warm, and the snow cones were out. It was a lot of fun. It was a ton of fun. So much food. You were able to actually go and sample the oysters that they were cooking.
Oh yeah, that's very cool. And it's hosted by Prestige Oysters, which is like one of the biggest oyster, sellers or marketers in this whole area. And Gardy, what's really great is that I had my friend Johnny send me some information about exactly, because I wanted to make sure people understand. What's great about this is actually the fourth year for it. I didn't know that because I had never heard about it.
Mm-hmm.
So this is it's a really big deal because I learned that oysters are one of the best ways to filter water.
I learned that too. I did not know before.
I didn't either. I didn't know really
Lisa.
what oysters did. I thought, okay, people like them. I don't eat them.
Eat them.
So really, what is it? And I thought, okay, I'd like to dig for pearls in them. Really, I mean, that's it. But I really didn't know. And they said, no, they're like a huge part of the ecosystem. They have a very special purpose.
They're natural filters.
Yes.
So they clean our water in the bay right here.
Yeah. I mean, how cool is that? You know, there's four entertainers, and I'm one of them. I'm so excited. It's a nonprofit. The San Leon Oyster Fest is nonprofit, and it all goes to help oysters to the oyster reefs, the restoration of oyster reefs, which is it's really cool. And and some of my friends over the years have been real involved with having events for the restoration of oyster reefs and making sure they stay. I didn't really understand how important that was until I started learning more about oysters and stuff like that. These are, oysters are, God put them here for everything here for a specific reason.
Right.
Oysters do a whole lot, and only like a couple do like 100 gallons of water. They filter it. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it's nuts. It's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. And so this Oyster Fest is a great way for people to come have fun, taste them. If you've never tasted them, there's all kinds. There's like barbecued, grilled, broiled. I don't even know. I feel like Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
Barbecue, butter,
fried
oysters, peanut oysters, grilled oysters. Yeah, I mean, it's that kind of thing where you can taste all kind of things, and it's just one ticket you get in, right?
Yes.
And the tickets right now are like $35.
There's VIP too, I think, unless it's already sold out. I'm not sure.
Okay, well, we need to find out about that. That's awesome if there's VIP tickets. And then on like January 1st, they go up to $40. You can buy them all online. I know right now, but it is worth it. There are hundreds and hundreds of people that attend this every year, and it is just this really fun, family-friendly event.
Yeah.
So that's very cool. I can't wait. I'm really excited. It's not even until April. It's like April 25th or something next year.
So whenever you're performing, are you gonna have a live band? Are you gonna have a full band? Are you gonna do some tracks or maybe a mix, or what are you thinking?
Do you know what? I don't know. I'm kind of hoping a mix of some stuff. So, but I'm going to be working with them in the next couple of months on getting that all figured out. So I'm really excited. I can't wait. Yeah.
That'll be fun. And, whenever I was out there last year, I think I'm just thinking like all the people that were involved making that work, because there was like fire department, police officer, helping park, and people allowing them to use, portions of the lot. They had renovated like the land and poured the slab. It's really nice out there.
Oh, yeah, it's crazy.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, that is very cool.
A lot of fun. And I have some of the little like mementos that they were giving away still, like little oyster shells with like painted gold. And
how fun. Yeah, that's amazing.
Really cool.
Yeah, and what's really interesting is that I always wondered if all oysters make pearls, and they don't. It's just specific ones in specific parts of the world. Mm-hmm. So I thought, do we have those? Can I go in Galveston Bay and like get some pearls?
Yeah.
So I thought that was really cool. Are you
gonna eat some raw oysters while you're out there?
I've tried a raw oyster one time in my entire life, and I had tons of sauce on it, and I just kind of swallowed it really quickly because I was grossing out. But I was really proud of myself because I can say I did taste them. I don't know. I'm just going to have to be honest and say, I don't know. I might.
No
maybe
promises.
Maybe one of the fried one. I don't.
Yeah.
I may try a fried one. The texture of it, I'm not I can't do that. But I have friends that that's all they do. They go somewhere and they find these restaurants, and all they do is eat grilled oysters or whatever. I mean, they like love them, and it's like addicting.
Yeah.
I thought, it's not me.
That's one of the food items that I ate because my parents, or it was actually my mom, she was like, you don't like this. I'm like, oh, yeah. So I'm like, well, how do you do it? So you get the cracker, get the raw oyster, put it on top, and then like some cocktail. And I just pour lemon like over as soon as it comes out. Yeah. Like if I go to a restaurant and they got it, lemon over everything. Then you take the tiny fork and you just kind of pop it out right on the cracker, and then the sauce on top, and you're good to go. Yeah. I chew it, and so I don't know if people swallow oysters or they chew them.
I've seen people do both, and I don't know.
I
think
want
it's
the full
just,
effect. I want the taste
So you
and the
chewed
flavor.
it?
I chew mine.
How was it?
It's
How is
good.
it?
I
Oh,
like it.
okay.
It's the texture.
Yeah.
Again, if somebody's a texture person, they may not be a fan of that. But for me, I'm just like, it's whatever. It tastes good to me. I'll put some lemon in the cocktail, raw oyster. It's delicious.
Okay, well, so now we understand that your mother was very smart. Because she would use reverse psychology on you. You're not going to like that, honey. I'm sorry. No, you can't taste. Oh, no, give it to me. I should have done that years ago with my kids. That's awesome.
I think she really didn't want me to have them because she wanted to eat the oysters all to herself. No, but then she probably appreciated it because then there's somebody else at the table.
Exactly. Honey, we need triple oyster order because Gardy now likes them, so I got to be able to share.
Yes.
Yeah. Very smart. Mothers are very smart. I'm telling you. Like it. Both ways it was a win-win for her.
Yes. Right now it's 10:31. This is KHEA Radio.com, 99.5 FM. If you're watching on Facebook, feel free to share this out. If you have any questions about the San Leon Oyster Festival, feel free to ask those as well. It's in April 2020. Make sure that you mark your calendar. It's going to be a lot of fun. I see the San Leon Oyster Festival is watching, and they'll be able to comment back and maybe even tell you where you can go get tickets. I believe it's sanleonoysterfest.com. And if y'all could help me out with some clarification, that'd be awesome. Kelly will be performing. Kelly Williams is going to be one of 4 live performers. And I saw a post that there are, I think, 2 others that have been announced, and there's one that's still not being released
It's probably the
yet.
headliner, maybe. Maybe the headliner, they're waiting.
Yes.
Very exciting.
It'd be cool if Mickey Gilley came back.
It would be very cool. So we're all kind of waiting to see who it's going to be. It's whoever it's going to be. They have great taste. It's going to be a really fun headliner for people to enjoy. And Gardy, my friend Pamela Vargas actually said she still stuffs the turkey. She makes 3 kinds of stuffing because different family traditions. That's incredible.
Is it oyster stuffing?
Pamela, do you use oyster stuffing? Please respond.
Hey, that's cool.
A lot of people use oyster stuffing and different things like that. Well, my I want to say, I don't know if my mother-in-law puts oysters in it. She might, but she has to make me my own dressing that she puts aside just for me, and nobody else can eat it. It doesn't have the gizzards and liver, whatever is the turkey.
Stuff.
Yeah, okay.
Then
the
Mom
good
would
stuff.
try and trick me into
I know,
eating.
exactly.
Yeah.
You're not going to like liver.
No, that happened for real. She did it. There used to be a restaurant in Texas City. Was it a Busy Bee Cafe? Because I know there was one in Alvin. I think there might have been one where Chick-fil-A is now in Texas City on 1764.
Yeah.
There was a restaurant there years ago, and I ordered that, and it wasn't
that's
for me.
disgusting. What does it look like?
It wasn't good. I blocked it out.
It looks like bad meat to me or something.
Yeah.
You blocked it out?
I blocked it out. My mom ordered. I was like, "Here, let me try." And
Yeah.
that was.
Oh.
And I'm finding out my mom will just maybe eat anything.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's awful. So I actually have to have my own dressing.
Yeah.
So, which is nice, but I won't.
Do you share? Like you're like, this is actually my personal stash.
Oh no, we put. I like try to put a sticky, or I put it way far away. This is Mom's right here. This is Mom's. Don't eat it. And but my kids, I don't think eat dressing, so I don't have to worry about them. So, and then my husband loves his mom's original recipe with everything in it, so he eats whatever she does.
Speaking of your family, your kids, I saw that there was a post. I'm not sure if your husband shared this or you did, or it was a memory, but I saw it somehow, and it was your daughter talking to a friend in college who plays football.
Yeah.
And I think you said, hey, or your husband said, hey, did you tell him that your dad played football? And you're like, that was like in the old days or something like that.
Yes.
What happened?
That was hilarious.
Funny.
Well, when Haley was at UT, she had a couple of friends in her classes that played on the UT football team. And one of them she's still a friend with. And he got drafted in the draft. And I can't remember where he goes. But and so she texted her daddy and said, Dad, one of my friends just got drafted, and he said, well, did you tell your dad that your dad played football? She goes, no, it was the olden days. We're just thinking that is hilarious. But I mean, that's how kids look at things. It's what? Yeah, what really was the olden days in the 80s? But it's hilarious. I'm just seeing how kids think. of things like that,
Be like, well, that was real football. What are you talking about?
Exactly.
That's bragging.
It's
It
when
was
they
the
could
olden
still
days.
hit the quarterback. Exactly.
Yeah, now you can't do that anymore.
No, and I'm telling you, and they're which is nice. They play till an older age, but if you were playing 30 to 32, 33 a quarterback back then,
Mm-hmm.
you were at an old you were an old quarterback because you got hit so much. I mean, there was no roughing the quarterback unless it was horrible, but no, it is very different game than it was back then, and it's just something that but I'm glad for them because I know what my husband's gone through with pain and surgeries and just,
Yeah.
all the trauma your body takes and everything like that. A lot of these younger people, they won't go through all those things. So it is nice in that way, but it's just kind of funny. I mean, we'll be watching TV and they'll flag, roughing the passer, and he's going,
Really?
they barely pushed him.
Let him play.
It's like, okay, come on. Exactly. Let him play football. But it is funny, though.
He could play now, probably, with the rules. Nobody's allowed to touch him. Just like, I can throw the ball, hand it off.
Exactly. Look, just let me stand here and throw it. I've got like 10 seconds. Yeah, I mean, it is funny,
So where did your husband play in college, and where did he play professional?
Gosh, he played several colleges, and this is what's so funny. He played, God, I'm bad. Cisco Junior College, A&M, Tarleton State University, and then he got picked up. He actually was planning to go to medical school, actually was his dream.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but he ended up being very, very talented at football. And so that got him lots of scholarships through high school and college. And, but he had lots of injuries. And so, there was a semi-professional team in Galveston, and his brother told him he needed to go try out for it, and he went and tried out for it and got it. And literally, he was only on that team for 3 weeks, and he was a Coors Player of the Week or I don't know, something, maybe in that league, I don't know. And then the Oilers picked him up, so he played for the Houston Oilers a little while, and then he played, and then they sent him to the Arena Football League because that was right when the Arena League came. And that was like the summer league.
Yeah.
So they would send their players to get practice and everything like that. And so he ended up having a career-ending knee injury in arena football. So I think that's the knee he just had replaced.
Wow.
So, he had a lot of injuries, but he was really, really talented. And our son ended up getting that gene. He was very, very good quarterback, even though he was 5'9". Amazing. So, and what's so funny is my husband's 6 foot, and he's considered a shorter quarterback.
Now they're like 6'5",
yeah,
6'7" sometimes.
It's crazy. And he said, but when you're behind the center in the NFL, they would lean over and they would come to his chest.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how crazy it was. And he said that the linemen they're faster than your normal receiver in college. So these 350-pound linemen coming at you, it's not normal,
not natural.
And so it's just kind of crazy. But it was he did good. He had fun. It was just but boy, he had some injuries, 2 broken shoulders. I mean, it's all kind of stuff. It was crazy.
And now the rules are there in the NFL and in professional college, even Pee Wee. I feel like it's changed all the way down.
Yeah.
And there's a lot more like studies and research, which hey, is good. Anything we can do to prolong
absolutely
careers. I guess,
absolutely, and concussion stuff. Better helmets, all that kind of stuff. It's it's very different. And having children, and you having a son, especially, you start thinking about all those things. Because there's major injuries and kids, you want them to have fun and go do their thing, but you don't want them to get life-changing injuries, of course.
I'm not sure if my son's going to, he played T-ball and then coach pitch and he wanted to quit. I'm like, you can't quit coach pitch. You got to finish the season. Like, it's coach pitch. And so then the next season came around. I was like, hey, you want to play? And he's like, nah.
Isn't that funny?
I'm good. I was like, all right. But then with the Astros, making it to the World Series, he's like, I think I want to play baseball again. I was like, all right, well, we'll go in the backyard.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Let's go throw. You
Yeah.
know, I'm not. Don't get too excited, Dad. Don't get too excited trying to tell myself, like, and I'm back in the game, reliving my childhood memories through my son. Is this wrong? Yes.
Exactly. Yes, but we all do it. It's okay. As long as you're not one of those obsessive daddies, which I doubt you will be.
Yeah.
You know, but
You never know.
you do. You want him to play things
Right.
and have fun, you know, and get to play different things, try all
Right.
kind of things, you know. Does he
Yes.
like soccer at all?
He thinks
Basketball?
he does.
Yeah.
He thinks he does, but we did not enter that. So we did
Yeah.
the martial arts, and that's what we're doing right now.
Yeah,
So that's
that's
great.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are life skills too.
For
Big
sure.
life skills.
Yeah, learning, teamwork and taking direction, and
Yeah.
it's a lot of fun. Hey, there was a comment here. There's a lot of people saying hello and talking about how awesome you are, and I have to agree. But there
Aw.
was a comment. I think it was the Taste of KHEA, November 7th. Do you know anything
Yes.
about that?
I literally just got the information from Debbie Hart, who's the marketing coordinator for City of KHEA. It's going to be, I want to say it, I can't remember where it's going to be. It's somewhere in KHEA, but it looks really fun. There's going to be different restaurants and things, and it's only like $10 a person or something.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that would be really fun for everybody to go to because I think it's our very first one in KHEA.
Cool,
So
yeah.
that would be awesome.
Sounds just up my alley. It sounds
It
my
does.
style a little bit.
It does. You like food.
I
You'll
do.
try anything.
That's me, yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Literally made for me.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, and
that's
look,
fun.
Angie said she still stuffs the turkey, but she doesn't use oysters, but my brother sometimes brings oyster stuffing. That's so good, Angie.
Hey, that's fun. Hey, remind people, what time can they ride the wave today on
Yeah,
KHEA?
you can actually ride the wave at 3 o'clock today from 3 to 4 right here on 99.5 FM or our Facebook page, of course. And we've got some great guests today we're expecting, talking about domestic violence, which is a real serious issue in our community. And then talking about the Friendswood Art Walk, which is coming up, which is really, really fun. If you've never seen art stuff, like local artists, you've never been to an art walk or something like that, Friendswood has a great one. KHEA has a great one. Galveston has a great one. These things are just wonderful to come see, and these local artists, show off all of their stuff, and it's really cool.
Mm-hmm. I know the Art of Coffee has local artists, featured in their spot as well.
Yeah, that's really fun, isn't it? To go in and see, and you can buy right off the wall these people's, artwork. I mean, it's fun to support locals.
Yeah, and I think if I understood correctly, they said they don't charge them to have it there, but there's like a waiting list because a lot of people say like, "Wow, you aren't going to charge me," and I get a display and sell my art. That's really cool.
It's
and
really
it's
nice.
big for those artists.
It is really big for those artists. I mean, you think about anybody who is in kind of that art world, like us, musicians, artists, anything like that. You want to show your work and get it out to as many people as possible, and people want to know that their friends and neighbors and people that they run into do these things, and it's fun to be able to have a piece of that at your home.
Yeah,
that's pretty awesome.
I agree.
Yeah.
Right now it's 10:43. This is KHEARadio.com, 99.5 FM. If you're watching on social media, feel free to smash the share button. Let us know, hey, where are you watching from? And what you got going on this week? It's going to be a good week. It's only Monday, and it feels like it's Friday for the amount of work that's been going on here at Abundant Life and KHEA. But we've been having fun. If you want to attend the Unshakable Conference, it's going on till Wednesday. You can go to alcc.org to find out more. We have a cool lineup of speakers. Right now, I'm hanging out with Kelly Williams, in the morning, and you have something called the Kelly Williams Show. Can you share, I guess, when did you start doing that and why?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I actually started it almost 2.5 years ago on another station that I was really blessed to have started it. But I started the Kelly Williams Show because I had been being the director of the Miss KHEA USA pageant. I had met over the past 8 years a lot of fitness people, beauty consultant people, fashion, all of these things. And there were a lot of local people that I really wanted to help get their name out and talk about things that were going on and promote local businesses. So when I started the Kelly Williams Show, I thought, this is my way to give back to my community while being able to make some money, and being able to promote these businesses, talk about something. When people watch the Kelly Williams Show, I wanted them to take away pointers, information, something that may change their life in a good way. And that's what it became. And it's been a huge blessing. I've met some incredible people along the road, I'll tell you, that are changing lives everywhere. And it's just one of those things. My slogan has been tune in and turn on your happy, because it just kind of fit my personality. Like, if you watch the Kelly Williams Show, you're going to be happy. Even if it's a serious subject, you're going to be happy that you watched, and you're going to find out something that may either help you or somebody you know, and maybe make your day a little bit better. And so it has been really, really fun. And, I just started something called Monday with the Mayor in KHEA, and we've been able to promote local businesses in KHEA, and it's been really, really fun, because that's where I live. These are my neighbors, so it's really this fun thing to get to do,
Mm-hmm.
So
when did you know you had a talent to be able to just talk and ask questions? Sometimes it looks easy, sometimes it is easy, but when did you know, like, hey, I think I can do this, and I'm good at it?
Yeah, and Gardy, that's a good question, because you're very good at it. But you've been doing stuff like this, and in the public doing your guitar and playing your musician. It's interesting, because I didn't really think of it like that. I just remember working real hard, thinking, what kind of questions would I want to know if I was listening or watching the show, and how do I get really fun information out of this? But of course, once I started, it was a lot of scripted for me, because I wanted to make sure, because I'll go off on, hey, okay, and I get real, Kelly-ish. And then it's
Which
hard
is a good
for me.
thing.
It is a good thing, but sometimes I don't stay as focused as I need to, because I'm a talker, and so I had to make sure that if I was going to do a show, I wanted to do it correctly and really stay focused. And I sought advice from different people, and my brother's been in radio for 40 years, and so I was just asking different people and saying, how do I make my show better? What do I need to do? And so that's kind of what I did. And I remember people saying, my mom told me, that their mom was watching the show or something. And I remember one of my guests saying, my mom said this was the best interview I'd ever done. And that really touched me. Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking, that's what I want to hear, and this woman speaks all over the world. So that made me feel really great, thinking I brought something out and talked about things that made her comfortable. But, I think the most important thing is it's a conversation. And it's getting people's personality out, mm-hmm. and finding out about them and about what's fun and something maybe they're not expecting,
Yeah.
So,
That's cool.
how when did you know that you that you had that?
When I was forced into it, and I look at every day as a learning experience, mm-hmm. and a lot of people that I've talked to say, hey, never stop learning, and so it was just something that trying it out. And, people will say, hey, you're doing a good job. And still, like, I'll go back and watch and critique. And I'm like, this stinks. Like, why are you, if you're watching on Facebook, like, why are you watching right now? Like, and still, so I always look at stuff like, oh, this could be better. This could be better. This was bad. That was okay. And being a critic of yourself. But I don't know. I just like to have fun. And if anything else, I like to spread good information. And so that's the goal. Like, every day, let's try and spread something positive. I'm trying to learn something I didn't know before and sharing it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it's like, that's what it's supposed to be like. I didn't want to be an interview. I never mm-hmm. looked at it as being an interview. I looked at it as being, I want to find out about these people and then share it with everybody else.
Yeah.
And so, and you are, I mean, I'm critical, and I'll go, oh my gosh, that was awful. Kelly, stop. And but it is funny, isn't it?
Yeah.
That you watch and go, oh, Yeah.
Hey, one of my good friends, he actually texted me this morning just to be like, hey, how you doing? What's going on? And I appreciate that. I appreciate it. His name's Chevy.
Oh.
So Chevy, he'll come and hang out.
Yeah, Chevy. Hey, mm-hmm. Chevy. He's awesome.
So he texted me this morning and be like, hey, just thinking about you, everything going good? I'm like, yeah, how are you doing? So I love having friends like that. But he shared something with me. He's a naturally curious person, self-proclaimed. And he said anytime he talks to anyone, there's no cameras, there's no radio. Yeah. He wants to get down to the bottom of why do you do what you do? Yes. And that helped switch my perspective. I mean, we had that conversation, maybe a year ago, and that stuck with me so hard. And then like I'm like, why do you do what you do? Yeah. Like even when I was asking like, hey, when did you know you're good at it? And in my head, and I was trying to get to a way of saying, did your parents say, hey, you're talkative, or you talk too much, or you don't talk enough, or they're like, like that's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking. Because I think your mom tuned in. Oh, she did? Oh, good. Hey, Mom. Hey, Dad. Yeah, no, I was always just very outgoing, cheerleader, student council. I wasn't scared to get up in front of people. And, and then like when I was on city council with KHEA, they would pick me to go speak at different things. And so I just, I like it. It's not, it's not something that I don't know. I mean, it's something that I've always enjoyed doing. If I would have had a little radio show when I was 10 years old, I probably would have loved it. I mean, it's just, I like entertaining. I like to make people happy. Mm-hmm. And I like to think that if they're watching or listening, they're having a good time. Here's a comment from Tiffany Harris. She said, she's not telling it all. She really blessed Crown Color Bar by emceeing a fashion show benefiting Elijah Rising for free. Thank you, Kelly and Melissa. We love you and your heart for our community. What is that, Elijah Rising? And what was that event? Oh, my gosh. Gardy. Elijah. Hey, Tiffany. Thank you so much. That's so sweet. Elijah Rising is a charity that helps rescue women, men, and children from human trafficking. And they are reaching like 2,000 young women like every year, every month. I mean, it's something crazy. And they do all of this for them. And when they get these women and they house them and they train them in things for them to make a living, they also Elijah Rising also has a shop where these victims who have been rescued make things and the public can buy them to help support. One of the most incredible events I've ever been associated with. And it was a huge blessing for me to be a part of that because this is real. It is happening everywhere. Human trafficking is not just in these big cities. It's everywhere. And so few people know about it. And they just talked about, how many people, they're these cheerleaders and they're straight A students and they get caught up dating somebody that doesn't have their best interest at heart and ends up selling them into human trafficking. It's horrible. I had it's Kirk and Stephanie Clausen. I had them in. I actually met them through Chevy, who we were just talking about. They have a movie that is releasing. It's called Groomed, and it's releasing in January, where they kind of talk about that. And I don't know what to look for. I've had a couple conversations with them, and they kind of share, this is what you look for. This is what you need to talk to your kids about. Yes. I saw something recently. I think it was Justin West, who is a local law enforcement officer, shared the other day. It was an article saying, "Hey, Houston is like ground zero for human trafficking." Yeah, and I was like, I don't even know, like where I don't see it. What do you look for? And after talking to them, they were kind of sharing some of the signs, and this is what's going on right under in your neighborhood. Exactly. We don't know. No. So you need to, good talking about it and spreading awareness. It's not always a fun conversation. No. But it's something that needs to be brought up and talked about. Absolutely. For sure. And what's interesting, Angie Martins is I call her stewardess, and she goes, Kelly, we're not called stewardesses anymore. What are they called now? The flight attendants. Okay. No, thank you. See, okay, and you're young. Well, they're actually trained what to look for in young women or young men who are acting a certain way on a flight. To see if they may be somebody that is involved in a human trafficking, because a lot of times they fly them to another country. And so very interesting. And she goes, it's real. And you have to be aware and look for these signs of somebody that's asking for help or what they may be doing. And very interesting. So I'm excited that this movie's coming out because we need to really promote that. Mm-hmm. That's awesome. Yes. So I'm going to be talking to them. It was supposed to release this year, and then I saw that it got pushed back. I'm really intrigued by what goes into making a movie.
Yeah.
Just because I've never seen it, so I would love to, and I understand there's a lot of moving parts, and so it got delayed.
Yeah.
Which makes sense.
That's common. Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
So let's see. Right now it's 10:55. This is KHEA.com 99.5 FM. We got a couple questions that we'll still be able to get to ask and hang out with Kelly Williams before we run out of time. This is from Johnny. He said, rumor has it Kelly Williams is joining a Hollywood agency. Is this true?
Ah, Johnny. Yes, it is. I am going to be signed very soon with Johnny Stevenson. I want to say Steverson. Johnny, how do you pronounce your last name?
I think it is Steverson.
Steverson. It is Steverson.
There you go.
He is going to be my agent very soon.
Cool.
To do some big things, and I am extremely excited.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm telling you, God. When I was talking to Johnny, I met Johnny a couple of months ago when I was performing for a charity event, and one of the nicest people I've ever met. And he is an agent to a lot of Hollywood actors. And he approached me. He said, I love your energy. I think you've got a lot of potential, and I'd love to talk to you about possibly being a client and being able to book you for some bigger things. And so I'm extremely excited. You never know where something will lead.
Yeah.
And so, Johnny, you're awesome. I'm very excited. So yes,
that's cool.
I'm looking forward to it. So I will be letting people know when that is signed and done.
Awesome.
So I'm very excited.
Very cool. Hey, so a reminder, you're going to be performing at the San Leon Oyster Festival.
Yes.
And then when is that? It's in April, right?
April 25th. And I'm trying to think if he sent me some information. I don't have the hours, but you can find it online at the San Leon Oyster Fest website or on Facebook. It'll tell you about. And then also, Gardy, I got the information on the Taste of KHEA.
Okay.
It's $10 a family.
Oh, wow.
Wow, not even a person. And it's Thursday, November the 7th, 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. at KHEA Gardens. I thought it was at KHEA Gardens.
See, they messed up because me and my daughter, who's 2,
yeah,
we can eat a lot.
You might rethink that price.
Just me. I'm just kidding. No,
yeah, that's awesome.
Cool. That'll be fun.
Isn't that wonderful? So $10 a family. Everybody can afford it. All the proceeds go to the KHEA Peace Officers Association, which is really wonderful. And then there's Shop with a Cop project, helping families in need during the holidays. So this is not only going to be a really fun event, it's going to be something that'll help some people in our police officers, or peace officers. That's really awesome. Yay. So that'll be fun. That's going to be really good. That's this week.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Fun. Hey, is there anything else you'd like to share? Remind people about Riding the Wave?
Yeah, no, just remember to listen every Monday, 3 o'clock, Ride the Wave with Angie and Kelly. We have a lot of fun. And if you ever want to join the conversation, you can. We love to have you, and we love being a part of it. And I hope everybody has a blessed Monday.
All right.
Yeah.
This is KHEARadio.com, 99.5 FM. If you're watching on Facebook, again, thank you. Good morning to you. Feel free to smash the share button. Let's spread some positivity. Thank you, Kelly, for hanging out this morning.
Thank you, Gardy, for having me. I appreciate it.
And thank you, everybody, watching on Channel 46. Y'all are awesome as well. Stay tuned to KHEA Radio throughout the day. All right. Bye, Facebook.
Thank you.
Let's see.